Hey everybody. Ooh, a little close to the camera. How is everybody? I'm such a bum. I've been slacking. I've been in a funk, and that's the truth. I've been in a funk, and that's it. But we're here today. Let's talk about some shit. What's up, Tracy Nellybug? Hello. I sent out the notification. I don't know if it came out. I put it in the community tab. Hopefully people saw it. What's up, Cement? Hello, sister Juju. I would love to hear something bizarre. I mean, it's just kind of a common thing. How in the world is everybody doing? I feel like I literally haven't done shit in 7 days. I've been working a little bit behind the scenes, but guys, this shit's discouraging sometimes, but it's my own junk. How is everybody? There's a lot to catch up on. We had, a slight update with Major Harris, but let's see. You spent Thanksgiving in Oakville, Washington in 2012. Wow. That's crazy. Hello, Harlow. Welcome, baby. That's wild. That's wild. Harlow Camp. Love Stephanie Harlow. She is definitely the queen. That is very cool. Very cool. So, I guess let's see. What do y'all want to talk about first? Oakley's going to take a minute, and I have several things pulled up, and I have stuff that I haven't even pulled up. I missed you too, Nelly Bug. I've missed y'all all, and I'm sorry to hear that. Cement says my mom is back in the hospital, so please put her on the prayer list. I will do it, and I need to start a new one because it's far down in the community tab. Fat baby, hello. Oakley, yeah, man, it's awful, and yeah, it's awful. We're gonna dive into it. I want to go ahead and I guess Brown's Mermaid. Hey, let's go ahead and talk about. Let's go ahead and do majors because his is fairly short. I just have one video. Somebody reached out to me and said that Chris Thorns had done a video with, I thought, Oakley's aunt, but I can't find it. I mean, I don't even remember who told me that, but I'm pretty sure it was Chris Thorns, but I would love to see it. If y'all know what I'm talking about, please send it to me because I would love to look at it. I wasn't able to find it. Okay, so let's look at, wait a minute. Oakley is your daughter's name too. So sad. You really hope oh God, fat baby. Wow. So yeah, I hate it when that kind of crap happens. Like, yeah, that sucks. It's very sad. It's worse because CPS was involved and the baby was placed in a stable home. And then they put her with junkies. What? And listen, it is definitely wrong. But let all of these cases be a lesson to people. If you do comply, it doesn't make it right. But if these parents comply, the kids go back. Everybody's all up in arms with the Wells kids. Yeah, they probably shouldn't go back. I'm not, let's come on. We all got eyes. I'm not bashing the parents. I'm just saying we have eyes. We know the shit was wrong. What was going on up there. Doesn't mean they did something to their kid. But I say all that to say people will give the kids back if they're complying. Whether they stay compliant or not is the question. But let's look at this article about Major Harris. Because, I don't know. Part of me feels like maybe the police might have got it wrong somewhat. But let's just watch. Probably be an ad.
I am living proof that lady checked.
Oh, yes, honey. Well, I guess the cancer commercial would have been okay, but they might screw around and play 1 second of music and then,
New documents shedding new light into the murder of a 3-year-old Milwaukee boy who was at the center of an Amber Alert. Fox 6's Bill Miston with how police quickly zeroed in on the suspect after the boy's mother was killed.
It was shortly after 6 a.m. on October 14th, Milwaukee police got a call. A man reporting a dead body in the backyard of his home near 37th and Clark. There, police found a woman. She was dead. Her body, according to court filings, appeared bruised and bloodied. She was barefoot, yet her feet appeared relatively clean. The discovery of the woman, later identified as 25-year-old Mallory Munzenberger days later, kicked off an Amber Alert for her missing 3-year-old son, Major Harris, and the man police say was ultimately responsible for their deaths, 20-year-old Jaheim Clark. Now, newly obtained court filings detail Clark was developed as a suspect just hours after police showed up to the home. The man who called police lives at the home with Clark's mother and their children, including Jaheim. Filings say Jaheim's mother received several text messages earlier that morning from a number she didn't recognize, but believed were sent by her son over an hour-and-a-half span. At 2:38 a.m., don't let anybody in the house without paperwork. I didn't do it, Mama. I promise. She was down here messing with some other dudes, and they dropped her off where they picked her up at. She came in and laid down, and I guess she tried to leave out. 10 minutes later, another. If anybody asks you, you never saw her, never met her. You don't got to speak on my behalf and say I did or didn't do anything. Just know I'm telling you the truth. When police were given permission to search the home, detectives located blood in the rear stairwell that leads.
All right. So did y'all catch that? Let me go. Hey, Kathy. Hey, Nancy. So what they're saying, like they're going over the messages. The guy who was shot, who they said was a suspect, he sends messages to his mother that says, make sure they have, I'm going to rewind a little bit so we can rehear it. Make sure they have appropriate paperwork. I'm not the one that did it. She was messing with some dudes over here. And that's, he's pretty much saying that's how he got involved. But his mom has been coming out. His mom's been very vocal about, hey, he didn't do this. But yet it was pinned on him. There's other people that's been arrested, but he's the one that got shot. So, actually, didn't they say he tried to take his own life? Let me tell you something. I think they've gotten some things wrong with this. Of course, whoever murdered this baby, whoever murdered the baby's mother, of course, find justice. But I do think there's some ins and outs of all this, and you can't just say, well, he's dead. They're in jail. That's it. I mean, to me, the truth is important, but, so is Major's life. So hopefully, all the all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed. But, I don't know. I'm just going to shut up, but let's get back to it.
To the upper, which includes Clark's bedroom. Clark was found dead of a self-inflicted gunshot wound 3 days later at a relative's home as Jaheim. Filings say Jaheim's mother received several text messages earlier that morning.
He was shot 3 times,
she didn't recognize, but believed were sent by her son over an hour-and-a-half span. At 2:38 a.m., don't let anybody in the house without paperwork. I didn't do it, Mama. I promise. She was down here messing with some other dudes, and they dropped her off where they picked her up at. She came in and laid down, and I guess she tried to leave out. 10 minutes later, another. If anybody asks you, you never saw her, never met her. You don't got to speak on my behalf and say I did or didn't do anything. Just know I'm telling you the truth. When police were given permission to search the home, detectives located blood in the rear stairwell that leads to the upper, which includes Clark's bedroom. Clark was found dead of a self-inflicted gunshot wound 3 days later at a relative's home as police closed in, blocks away from where Munzenberger's SUV was found the following day, behind a laundromat, and where Major Harris's body was found later that week in an alley. The young boy believed to be killed around the same time as his mother. Both were shot. And while these documents do provide some further details about the beginnings of this investigation, which MPD says is now closed, a number of questions still remain, and it's unclear if they will ever be answered. Reporting in Milwaukee, Bill Miston, Fox 6 News.
Well, and that was exactly my point. I don't know that we will ever get the real truth, To me, it's important, but yeah. Hello, everybody coming in. Uh-oh. Hold on, let me get this off. All right. So, yeah, everybody. Oh, yes, happy heavenly birthday. Or, not heavenly, happy birthday to your mom. Sorry. Didn't mean to put that on your mom. Jeez. All right. So, and what else was it? There was something else. Oh, I got to pull it up, though. I want to show y'all. But BL sent me this. I got to pull it from my email, though. This one's kind of sad. It's about a missing kid, autistic, 21 years old. Maybe he was 22, 23, missing out of New York. I don't want to mispronounce his name because it's not like a regular name. But he was found deceased. and no foul play. But let's read this article, or it might be a video. I'm pulling it up now. Just bear with me a second. I meant to do it earlier. That's it. Here we go. Let's see. Well, where is okay. Okay. Actually, I'm just gonna pull it up because I can't pull it up this way because then it'll show all my email stuff, and I'm not in the business of sharing people's stuff. I'm just gonna find an article and pull it up. Y'all bear with me. Hold on, but y'all will want to see this because it is definitely one that we have talked about over here. And his sister spoke out about it. No, I don't want to mispronounce his name, so give me a second. My laptop's having a sad. I just want to pull up the article. Here we go. That's it. All right. Here, let me get back here to y'all. Share the screen. Hello, anybody coming in that I met? Yes. Yeah, I'm pulling it up now. It's awful. They did find this remains. It only says there's 2 people in here. Well, that's okay, Juju. I think the number count was doing weird stuff over at Chasings today, too. Okay. So, yeah, this one's sad. And they say they don't. Let's just read it. Remains of a Scottsdale man missing for months found in Mesa Canal. No foul play suspected. Why did I think he was from New York? I'm totally wrong, though. He's not. But why was I thinking that? Okay, remains of a 20-year-old man missing since September were recently found in a canal pump station in Mesa. In Arizona, silver alert was issued for Najib Juby Masif, after he was reported missing September 23rd, according to Scottsdale police spokesperson. Remains later determined to be his were found on December 7th. Last week, Scottsdale police were notified human remains were found at Central Arizona pump station. Those remains were forensically tested and DNA matched for Juby. There are no apparent signs of foul play. He was an adult with autism and believed to be mentally capacitated and believed to have the mental capacity of an 8-year-old. We are heartbroken at the development of this case. This is not the outcome anyone in our community was hoping for. Scottsdale Police, along with the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, and Arizona, Central Arizona Project conducted several searches for Juby in the first few weeks of his disappearance. So, rest in peace, young man, and no foul play. Let me get back over here to the chat. Yeah, so this is awful. Hey, Vivian. Hey, honey. Welcome, baby. Y'all, please, if y'all are interested in the drama community, and she does put out little positive stuff, go check out Miss Vivian. Let me see. It is sad. But they say no foul play, and my initial response was, what? No foul play? What the hell? And then, but you take into account he had the mental capacity of an 8-year-old. I mean, yeah, it's sad. It is extremely sad. So we just say prayers for his family. Yes, Vivian, and that's exactly what water was involved in the canal. They found him in a canal pump. So, yeah, I assume he went to the water, which he's older. There's things that they do with kids with autism. They teach them to swim, different, like they embrace water because they're so attracted to water. A lot of kids that are on the spectrum. But, yeah. Oh, you like my hat? Char the Great had this made for me. Yeah. Savage Bieber. That nickname was given to me by another channel, but I had to dial it back a little bit on the Savage. Some people, it's frowned upon, but I don't know. We talk about certain cases. I will get the Summer Wells case. I'm not going to bring it. Yeah. Guys, anybody following the Summer Wells case, abort mission. Keep sharing her basic information and log off. That's the only solid advice I have for anybody. And if you don't take it, enter at your own risk. So that's all I got to say, man. So let's hop in to the Michigan shooter and my favorite parents of the year. Well, I do. Oh, let me pull it up. Okay. I do just want to show y'all one part. He was in court first this week, and then his parents was. I got to get it pulled up from my Facebook because I got so many stinking tabs up as it is. Where is it at? Whoa, wait, what's that? Why do I have something? Bixby Vomit. Oh, I bet I pulled up the wrong one. Okay, let's see. Expert school officials. All right. Parent after shooting. Incoming court. Y'all just bear with me. Where is the one that I literally just pulled up? I bet that was it. Oh, yeah, we don't want to show that. That was some weirdo research I was doing. Okay, sorry about that, y'all. I was trying to figure out why something was pulled up. I know. Summer Wells drama. Let's see. So how the hell is everybody? Y'all got plans for Christmas? Let me tell y'all something very sad that happened to me. Somebody threw away my giant tote that had my very nice Christmas tree. I'm not bragging. I say that to say because it was very nice. And I normally don't find those type of things of any importance, but this was actually nice and I loved it. And my giant tote with my tree, all my Christmas stuff, thrown in the dumpster on accident. So yeah, it's been a little bit of a bummer for me. So yeah, I don't even have a tree up yet. I'm just being a loser. So all right, let's pull up this. We're not going to watch the whole thing. It's like 30 minutes, but I just want y'all to watch a part of it. So let me get back over here to y'all, share my screen and all of that. So, hey, honey bunch. Welcome, baby. Hold on. I'm going to pull this up and then I'll get back to the chats. Let me see. All right. All right. So nothing really happened, but I do want y'all to hear the back and forth about, because now there's a guardian ad litem involved on his behalf because his parents, they decided to, not get him help, buy him a gun, not take him out of school. When he was asked to take their own kid, let me tell you something. You got to have nuts of steel to tell a school, like, how do you, with a straight face, without feeling like less of a person, tell a school, no, I know you're, suggesting I take my son home and get him help, but nah, we're going to leave him here. You're going to tell the school that you're leaving him there? He's your kid. Take your damn kid. They're not responsible to raise your kid. Take him. If more comes out about, I would have, if I was the school, man, the school's catching hell. And there's a big ass lawsuit too. We're going to get into that as well. So let's just catch right here. All right. Yeah, it had me pissed off. This whole situation is ridiculous.
Hey, Deb. Hey, Amy.
Hey, Mark.
Oh, hey, everybody. Hey. Oh, there he is. All right, let me mute. Can you block me down so a little bit further? Okay. What is going on?
For any of the parties to the proceeding, will you please let the
Right.
Mr. Crumbley, Your Honor, we also have Amy Hopp, who has been appointed second chair, and we also have Deborah McKelvey, who has been appointed to act as Mr. Crumbley's guardian ad litem.
Thank you. With that, Ms. Hopp, if you just want to state your full name, and then we'll give Ms. McKelvey a chance to do that as well.
Amy Hopp appearing on behalf of Ethan Crumbley.
Thank you. And Ms. McKelvey.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Deborah H. McKelvey, courtroom guardian and light on behalf of Ethan Crumbley.
Thank you. And Mr. Crumbley, could you state your full name for us, please?
Ethan Roller Crumbley.
Thank you, Mr. Crumbley. If at any time you cannot hear or understand myself or any of the parties to the proceeding, will you please let the court know?
Yes, ma'am.
And we are proceeding remotely instead of in person at the courthouse. Mr. Keith, is that with your consent?
It is, Judge. Thank you.
And Ms. Lofton.
Oh,
Yes,
I'll
Your Honor,
mute
I
in a
did
second.
discuss that with Mr.
Again, nothing
Crumbley.
really
We are
happened, but I do
full
want
page
y'all to hear an
proceedings.
exchange
Thank you.
with the
So,
guardian ad
as
litem.
the attorneys have already mentioned, Ms. McKelvey has been appointed by the court this past Friday. The request was made by the defense and was agreed to by the prosecution. And the court finds that it is in the defendant's best interest for that appointment. The guardian ad litem duties and authorities are set forth in a court order that is contained in the court's file. There was also a stipulated order for discovery, or protective order, I should say, that was entered into on Friday. I did just receive another copy with the original signature of your.
Yeah, Kayra, his parents weren't there because they are also incarcerated. So they can't be there. He has to have somebody speak on his behalf. And since they have also been charged with being complicit, pretty much. Yeah. So that's why they are not there on his behalf. But yeah, he is he was failed, but he is creepy, man. And there were warning signs. We're going to get into, what the neighbors have been saying, which a lot of y'all probably already know this. Like I said, I'm a bum and I'm behind. But yeah, it's fucking awful. So let's get into this though. But yeah, that's why they're not there. We're going to see them in shackles here in a second.
Yourself, Mr. Keast, it was attached to the front of the file when I walked in. Does that mean you want me to re-sign the order and redate it for today's date, or was that just for the court's file?
Judge, that's just for the court's file. Thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you. So, and I do want to thank all the attorneys for working together on this matter. I really appreciate it. That's evidenced by the protective order that I'm sure took some time to agree upon. So I appreciate your continued cooperation with one another in the court to make sure that the interests of justice are served. So thank you again. And I know that discovery is coming in and it's being provided to Ms. Lofton and Ms. Hopp. What's the status of that?
Thank you, Judge. We were able to get approximately 500 pages of reports and witness statements to counsel on Friday after the protective order was agreed to and submitted to this court. We do have a number of items outstanding. As this court can imagine, this was an extremely unique circumstance. There are a number of witness interviews to be commenced. For one reason in particular, Judge, is that a number of these children who were at the school were victimized and traumatized themselves. That naturally has caused some delay in those interviews commencing, Judge. Just this morning, the prosecutor's office did receive from the sheriff's office a flash drive with over 340 items. That includes in-car video. It includes recorded witness interviews, witness statements, all things that we will turn over to defense. But as this court indicated, discovery is ongoing and the reports are continuing to come in. So this is, by the nature of the case and the scope of the investigation, this is going to take a little bit of time, Judge.
Thank you. So with that, Ms. Lofton, I'm assuming you're requesting an adjourned probable cause conference day, or both parties are, I would assume.
That is correct, Your Honor. I want to make sure that we are able to view all of the discovery before we form a decision about whether or not we will be holding the preliminary examination. So I am asking that already scheduled date be adjourned until after the new year.
Thank you. And if we do schedule it on January 7th at 9 a.m, will that give you and Ms. Hopp enough time to properly make that?
An even longer delay in receiving the discovery, Mr. Keast and I can contact the court.
That sounds
Certainly.
good. Have you discussed with your client the waiver of the statutory time period?
Examination within 21 days. Because of the extreme volume of discovery, I have that 21-day period, so we can all be on the same page and so that he can review all of the discovery.
Your attorney just stated, or is your right to a preliminary exam just the right to have it? I do find good cause to waive that statutory time period. And I guess I would ask if this should be done remotely or not, just like today. Does that make sense under the circumstances?
Nothing
Your Honor, at
happened.
this
They're
point,
just
we can
agreeing
set
for
a
them to
remote
go
hearing.
forward with more
In
time.
between now and
That's
that
why I'm
date,
fast
Mr.
forwarding.
Keast and I decide to be better to be in person based on what will be actually taking place on that day. We can definitely.
At this point, we're able to interact, through
We'll initially set it remote.
at this point, we're able to interact, through the normal process on the screen. Your Honor, I don't know whether this is the appropriate time or you would prefer a motion. I do have concerns that his confinement at the Oakland County Jail and pursuant to MCL 764.27A, I'm not sure that he is fully away from the sounds of the adult inmates.
Well, wake up, Juju.
And
It's about to get
pursuant
good.
to the court rule,
They're about to fight for his right to go back to a school
basically,
setting.
6.909,
with the juveniles. It's
there really has to
laughable.
be an assessment that is either considered a menace to other juveniles or may not otherwise be safely detained in a juvenile facility. I understand the severity of what occurred. I think everybody does, including Mr. Crumbley. But I don't know that simply
Put a one if y'all can hear it,
indicating
because
that-
this
that
shit
because
is
the victims were of
ridiculous.
his age, that he would necessarily be a menace. So I do have concerns for him and his mental and emotional well-being. He currently is not able to benefit fully by what every other inmate at jail can. Some has been due to a watch, but it is just very difficult. And the court knows the jail isn't conducive. It's not designed for juveniles. So, so I would just like some direction. Do you want a written motion and I can lay everything out?
So, guys, you know, and hey, I love a good guardian ad litem. They are needed. Hey, AP. Hey, baby. How are you doing? Give yourself a big hug for me, please. So I know they're needed. Absolutely. They are needed on behalf of children, children's rights, and all of it, right? And I appreciate her, you know, still defending him. He still has rights. He's still a minor. But to literally get on here and say that he needs to be removed from the adult prison to go to the juvenile facility because the judge says, oh, no. He cannot go around the juveniles. He just shot up some juveniles. He has destroyed a whole community. And, you know, there'll never be enough funds for counseling. But why is he in an adult jail? He shot up a school, Vivian. He killed 4 students, injured. I don't even know how many other people were. What was it? I'm not sure how many people were injured or how many people are still in the hospital, but he ultimately killed 4 of his classmates. And he unleashed hell and terror on his school in Michigan. It was premeditated. It was planned. He was called into the office 3 hours because of disturbing behavior and imagery, 3 hours before the shooting. But they're saying he needs to be removed from the adult jail and put back with the juveniles because he needs schooling. He needs schooling. What? Is this what? So yeah, this is the argument right here. It's fucking laughable. School? And they can't slap some books in there in the little, holding area that he's in. Oh, also, y'all gonna love this too. He can hear, which, whatever. He can hear the other adult inmates talking. Put the other juveniles in more risk, right? I mean, this shit was so laughable to me. Anyways.
I just feel that if I have to look out for what his best interest, it's not being at the jail. I believe his needs can be met at the village. At least he will have greater human contact. He will have more services available to him to help him through this.
I disagree, Vivian, but
I just
I don't
feel
know.
that it is truly in
I do
his
see
best
what you're
interest. I
saying,
don't
though,
know that it
truthfully.
really meets the
I don't know.
standard
This
of
is
the court
pretty
rule and
egregious.
statute. And I know that, his charge is not unique in the sense that there have been other children housed at the village with these type of offenses and being charged as an adult. I just feel that he's.
Yeah, Vivian, they tried him as
I'm
an
not being
adult.
humorous
That's
when
a
I say
big
this,
portion of it.
but
Thank
he
you.
could still at least be in school. I mean, there are things, he is still 15 years of age. And there are certain things, many things he's not going to get in the jail. And so I'm imploring you on behalf of him and what's in his best interest that we allow him to go back to the village. I'm not aware for the brief time that he was there because of any difficulty. I just think for his age, his mental, physical, emotional well-being, housing him at the village would serve him more than where he currently is. I know from what he told me on Friday, he hears adults in the cells next door to him pursuant to the statute. He's not supposed to, and I'm of the belief that they are adults, that they are not other juveniles.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I can speak to that as well before Mr. Keast has an opportunity to respond, Your Honor.
Sure.
I watched the
I
arraignment,
totally
and
get what y'all are
understand that
saying.
Keast made the argument at that time pursuant to MCR 6.909. And after reviewing that statute, Your Honor, I honestly do not believe that my client should be considered a menace to other juveniles. This is someone who has never been in trouble before. This is not someone who has a history of assaulting.
I do have to say, for her to say I take, big issue with my client being accused of being a menace to other juveniles. There is no evidence to suggest he is a menace. What? Are we in opposite land, ma'am? What's up, Kizzy? And yeah, I totally get what you're saying. But listen, they're going to roll out all the things for him. He's going to have the same little counseling and all that stuff. And I mean, let's face it, normal juveniles aren't out there shooting up schools. Maybe not in adult jail, but I don't know, man. And all the evidence and the cockiness and, ultimately for me, it lies on his parents. But now that we are here, you're never getting out of jail. What do you got to look for? Same thing with Aiden Fucci, right? You got money on your books and your salvation. That's it. Everything else is going to work itself out. For me, that's it. Once you take it and you step, his parents, I hope they throw the book at his parents. It's their fault. Ultimately, it is their fault. He pulled the trigger, but it was with the gun his parents bought for him. It's their fucking fault. It's their fault they didn't check on his mental health. It's their fault they enabled his behavior. It's their fault when his mom says, "Oh, you need to be careful next time. You just need to learn how to not get caught." Her, even more than the dad, throw the damn book, pick up the jail, drop it on top of her. And then I think, well, you know what? What if your life was criticized? You're not the best parent. You make mistakes, this, that, and other. And then tell myself that. But then again, are you kidding me? I wouldn't buy my kid a gun now. And it ain't nothing wrong with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think kids need pistols any damn ways. Are you going hunting for food? No. And you don't do it with pistols anyways. You know what I'm saying? And then they ran. This kid didn't have a fucking chance. Listen to this. I'll just go ahead and share this. So there is an existing CPS report with him and his damn family. And also neighbors calling in on the CPS reports say they would leave him at his house by himself for hours and hours and hours on end, overnight, sometimes a couple days. That report came out when he was like 10 years old. He's only 14. That was only 4 years ago. You could see a stark difference between the way he used to look to the way he looks currently. So for me, it starts and ends with the parents. But he's the one that didn't. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, he's got to be charged as an adult. Yes, he has to see this out. Yes, he made that deadly decision. He was messed up. He said, the voices won't stop. I need help. Let me tell you something. I can't wait for this parents' trial. And they ain't fucking with these parents up there in Michigan. This DA has had it, and I don't blame her. Throw them under the jail. I feel bad for this kid, but at the same time, when you're so arrogant and grandiose, and it's just sad. It's just sad all the way around. He was crying out, Cree. He was crying out. They even told him to take him out of school. If they would have just been parents, or, well, let me say this. If they would have just, follow fucking direction, the school told them to take their kid out of school that day. They did not. They left the school. They turned around, left the school. 3 hours later, he shot up the place. The mom sending him text messages, don't do it. The dad calls the police. My gun's missing. I think my son's the school shooter. Not, I can't, are you okay? Did you make it out alive? What's going on at the school? I hear something's bad. They knew immediately it was their kid. They knew immediately it was their kid. It's disgusting, man. It's so sad. I hope this is a lesson for mediocre parents, for lukewarm parents, for shitty parents. Wake the fuck up, dude. Parents should absolutely be held responsible. I agree. But let's
kids his age or any other negative contact with his peers. This one isolated incident is all that we're looking at here today. And also, I'd like to speak to the fact that there are other juveniles housed at Children's Village charged with murder. This would not be the first time. There's others there now. So I definitely believe
very sad,
that society is protected, as well as the other juveniles at Children's Village, if he was to be returned to Children's Village. And again, I also spoke with my client and agreed with Ms. McKelvey. He's being housed in the clinic. clinic is still being used for adults that have medical ailments and medical issues. So there are adult inmates that are housed around him. And if you look at the specific language of the statute, I believe that we are violating that statute.
Thank you. Mr. Keys?
Thank you, Judge. Judge, this cannot be compared to any other case that this court or any court in this county has seen before. And calling this an isolated incident, quite frankly, does not do it justice. This was a mass murder at a school, Judge. This was planned. It was premeditated. The evidence that we have that we discussed at the arraignment showed it was premeditated for a period of time before it was commenced. The defendant didn't just attack other individuals. He targeted juveniles. This defendant fits MCR 6.909 to the T. This court has already made a ruling that the presumption is great that the juvenile committed the offense and the juvenile is charged with first-degree murder. This court already made the ruling that this court could move the defendant from Children's Village to the Oakland County Jail. I've spoken with Captain Thomas Vita of the Oakland County Jail. He's provided me with watch sheets. This defendant is monitored every 15 minutes. His food intake is monitored. His weight is monitored. He has access to mental health care should he choose. He has access to medical care should he choose. If counsel is prepared to put such facts on the record regarding the Oakland County Jail's inability to house the defendant, I would ask for a written motion, and I would also ask this court to review in camera the Oxford High School video that does in fact prove beyond any doubt that this defendant is the individual who perpetrated this offense on other children, Judge. Children's Village is not a secure facility. They have had escapes in the past, in the recent past. I can't imagine a situation where we could put this defendant in a school environment after what he did on November the 30th, Judge. So if we are going to readdress this ruling from this honorable court, I would ask it be by written motion. I would ask the opportunity for this court to review certain items in camera. Thank you.
Thank you. The court rule that is being addressed is MCR 6.909, which is the place of confinement for the juveniles, and allows the court for a juvenile confined in a jail or similar facility designed and used to incarcerate adult prisoners upon a showing that the juvenile's habits or conduct are considered a menace to other juveniles. While I did make a ruling prior, I still feel strongly about that his conduct could be a menace to other juveniles. I think his placement is appropriate in the adult facility, specifically the Oakland County Jail. And he, of course, shall be confined and meet the statutory guidelines when a juvenile is in that facility. So the only thing I'm hearing right now that may potentially be a violation is that he can hear other inmates who are adults. Is that correct, Ms. McKelvey?
Yes, Your Honor, that's my understanding.
Okay, that means,
Judge, I will speak.
go ahead.
I'm sorry, I did not mean to interrupt, Judge. I will speak personally with administration at the Oakland County Jail as soon as we end this call, and I will make sure that the defendant is neither within sight nor sound of any adult at the jail.
Thank you. Obviously, we need to be compliant with the statutes, and if that is,
Cree says, my son was involved in the school shooting, so I came from a different view. He didn't do it. But they accused him of conspiracy and tried to put him away for life. So there is definitely ways to look at it. My first knee-jerk response is like, yeah, put him in there with adults. He wants to be a big kid, do big kid games. But the difference with this that I'm seeing, that with Aiden, who, you know, he stabbed Tristan Bailey 114 times. The biggest difference to me with these two cases, well, obviously it was a school shooting, but Aiden seemed like, I don't know. I think Ethan would have had a chance if his parents would have got him help. Aiden, on the other hand, he enjoyed what he did. But then again, man, they're saying that it's the same thing. Like, you know, I do feel bad for the kid because it starts and ends at home. But I can't negate the fact that, like, he knew it was wrong to go into school and shoot the school up. Like, how do you not know that? Of course he knows that. Of course he knows that. But there was so many missed opportunities. He was abused. Like, there was a lot of things. I'm telling you, man, like, I think his parents should have stiffer charges, honestly. School went after his entire friend group and figured out that your son and his friend were in counseling and went for them only. It was a witch hunt. Oh my God. See, Cree, your situation is like horrible. Vivian says the jail will be liable big time. Not really, because he's charged as an adult. I don't feel like they'd be liable at all. He's charged as an adult. So it's kind of like fair game. I don't know. I tell you what, though, we could totally one day have an open discussion about it. I mean, I know there's a lot of different views and opinions, and I'm open to it 100%, 100%. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Jenna, this happened nearby. Oh, yeah, that's something else too. Watch this case. They're going to turn it into some crazy gun, Second Amendment thing. You watch. I guarantee you. Now, in the minute it does that, I'm not. No, I can't. I won't. I can't have that political shit over here. I can't. Y'all see me? I can't even sometimes talk about black victims without Black Lives Matter people coming after me. Like, I'm actually talking about it. Like, what people just can't help but get bent out of shape about shit. They love it. They love it. So, but yeah, I'm totally open to that. It is tough all the way around. But he was experiencing dark thoughts and took control. Me in Cree, that's the difference. You know what I mean? That's the whole difference. You took control of the situation. But what ended up happening here is they said for now he will stay in the juvenile facility or in the jail facility. And but like the woman said too, there have been kids that have murdered that they're at the facility. There was something else that I did read about that facility is that it's not secure. This particular juvenile facility, it's not as secure as the jail. There was other different things. If he was in psychosis, there needs to be intervention, not thrown away. Yeah. Well, listen. Well, think about it like this, though. He's a kid, right? Think about regular criminals that go to prison. They get their teeth fixed. They get their lawyering license. They get their marriage license. They get all the counseling, Narcotics Anonymous meetings, drug treatment. I mean, this happens for regular criminal federal, in federal prisons. So if you think, I think that this kid's not going to get all the things, he will get all the things. He's just going to get it the way they serve it. But I mean, come on. You see regular adult criminals in federal prison. They have more resources than I do. And that's no shit. That's the fucking truth. Seriously. So, I don't think he's going to have it that bad there. But right now where he's staying, where he's at, he's just in a room, so I don't know. I guess y'all are making me think a little bit. But then again, like I said, I think about regular adult criminals in federal prison. Like, they get everything. They can get their law degree. They can get their GED. They can get their teeth fixed. They can do everything. Let's see. You feel your state failed your child. He's been hearing voices hallucinations for 7 years. His pediatrician sent him to a psychiatrist since he was 15. He could sign me away from... Wow, Juju. Wow. And then you got parents like Juju that are trying everything in their power to get their kid help, God. Well, and I'm not invisible and invincible to all this shit too. My 17-year-old, he had all kinds of damn problems years back, In the treatment, he was also sent for mental health. They put him on anxiety meds. Corona hit. Person sessions, phone calls. Oh, yeah, we went through that too with the counselor. Everything was over the phone. You told him he doesn't need help. You were told he doesn't need... Oh, my God. Damn, Juju. That's fucked up. What's up, Sapito? Damn, that's messed up, Juju. Good grief. You have a hard time with juveniles. You suppose depend on the age. But yeah, I agree, Vivian. And like I'm saying, listen, the whole damn channel pretty much is about advocacy for kids, right? So, I'm not saying that he needs all that stuff. But I just thought it was insane for her to be like, I don't see how y'all can get off saying he's a menace to juveniles. Ma'am, he exactly is in jail because of him being a terrorist. He was terrorizing the whole place. But, it ain't his fault to that degree. He did it. He did the action. But look at consider the source. Consider the parenting, What's up, Joanne? OMG. You just happened upon live and missed you guys. I miss you too. I've been a lazy bitch over here, bum over here, Joanne. I gotta watch my word, my mouth. Okay, so let's look at the parents. Nothing really happened with them. They did try to talk to each other in court, and they got in trouble. So let's look at this. Let me see. Oh, I do have this one too. We're gonna just look at a couple things. Yeah, my kid just got in trouble for that juju, the whole vape shit. Oh, let me tell you something too. When you're trying to get well, let's look at this. I'll get back to you in a second. All right, we'll talk about that in a second. Let me see. I had to refresh. Yeah. His whole punishment was a $20 fine and court cost and don't come back, which he's never been in trouble before. But I was like, no wonder kids is reoffending constantly. That was the lightest sentence I've ever heard. People are like, oh my God, I'm glad it was so good. And me, I'm like, what? That's no punishment. I just want the kids to learn something, like, I don't know. Maybe I'm going crazy. Come on with your damn ads.
Cat threats disrupting the school day in Metro Detroit.
Students at Garden City High spent hours on lockdown today as police tried to chase down the threat.
Meantime, in Oxford, parents demanded more answers and transparency
Okay, here we go.
at the first
I was
school
wondering what
board
the hell
meeting
happened.
since the shooting.
What should school officials be doing now, and what should they have done 2 weeks ago? 7 Action News reporter Jim Kirchner is getting answers for us.
Juju went to the exact same damn thing when my kid was 4. Awful.
January 4th. But that's being delayed again, and it's getting criticized.
It's important that we get our kids back in our building as soon as possible. That is our goal. And we'll give you some updates along the way.
School and legal experts.
Yeah, my girls
Western
do pretty
Michigan
good,
University
Vivian.
Cooley Law School
My
telling
oldest
us
is an honor roll
Oxford
student.
needs a better plan, better communication with parents and students. That did not happen during last night's school board meeting. And when the high school is back open,
any part of the school that was involved in this shooting has to be walled off, has to be blocked off. The kids don't need to see that area of the school.
and the big memorial that has been made at the high school sign and entryway. Expect more and let it happen.
They're going to create their own spontaneous memorials at an area that means the most to them. And the worst thing that the school administration can do is to say to the kids, not here.
We know that 15-year-old Ethan Crumbley gave warning signs, especially in a drawing with strong wording, was sent to the school office. His parents called, but they refused to take him home the morning before the shooting. Legally, school officials could have done much more.
They knew the child was having some issues. That is reasonable to search that child's backpack, to search their locker, and federal law says you have that right.
During the school board last night, one parent speaking out about the lack of action.
Hey, Ranger, put yourself in timeout and come right back. I'm joking. Welcome.
Period.
They didn't even tell the RSO officer. Are you fucking kidding me?
A deputy sheriff in the building and taken Ethan to juvenile detention.
That failure to engage in this this process, which is set up to protect this child who became the shooter. They failed that kid as well as all the other kids.
Oakland County Prosecutor Karen McDonald has said she's considering filing criminal charges against Oxford school officials. The civil lawsuits will also focus on their actions.
That's crazy. Welcome, Pamela.
7 Action News.
Yeah, the school officials did not even tell the RSO officer. Like they told nobody. They told parents to take him home. We don't want to take him home. This parent should not have had a choice that day. Dude, I'm telling you right now, I can't, no. Like, come get your kid. But here's the thing. If I'd got a call, you don't have to tell me to get my kid. I'm taking him out immediately. I'm not only searching his backpack right then, I'm going right back to his room and I'm searching his entire fucking room. No, we're flipping everything up. We are getting solutions. What the hell were these parents doing? It wouldn't shock me if it came out that they were getting high with him and some more shit. This seemed like, and a lot of times when you have these school shootings, they come from like families who have money and all this, they're so oppressed, and it turns out the parents really wasn't so bad. This one's not like that. These parents were fucking awful. And tons of missed opportunities. There's the older kid too that's apparently was more favored than Ethan. I mean, it's a lot of moving parts. You know what I mean? Like a lot. She already released her. Wow, Pamela. Let me go. Let's see. Jeannie Jen, what's up? No, you're fine, girl. You're fine. I'm glad anybody showed up with my bum ass. I ain't put none out in days. And I'm so glad to have you here. So, I mean, look, I got some more stuff. We got them in jail. Let me see. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Defense gets new bond hearing for parents of Oxford school shooting suspect. Parents of the words. And everybody wonders why I don't. Here we go. Let's just listen to this.
Coming up, how concerned are you that they might be changed? And
What happened? Here we go. Why isn't it? What happened? What? Oh, I think my computer's having a sad. I should have known. We had a good run, y'all. I should have known. Yeah. I don't know. Hold on. There it goes. There it goes. All right. I'm just going to let it play. I'm not. Okay, here we go. Parents of Oxford High School. Crap. Shooting suspect will spend the holidays in jail, though their lawyers are preparing arguments to have their detention revisited as they both remain locked up on $500,000 bonds at a probable cause conference Tuesday. Defense attorney Shannon Smith said she is willing to file a motion. She would be filing a motion with the court in about a week involving the bond that has been set. James and Jennifer Crumbley are now facing involuntary manslaughter charges for their alleged roles in the November 30th mass shooting that left 4 students dead and 7 others injured, including a teacher. According to prosecutors, Crumbley 4 days earlier bought the gun that Ethan used in the massacre as an early Christmas present for their son. I'm going to keep my smartest remarks to myself. Ethan Crumbley, who is now facing first-degree murder and terrorism charges for his alleged actions that day. And here's the parents. And look, this is where the bailiff was like, oh, no. Y'all are not talking in here. And that was a shit move they did right there. You better send your attorney with a note. You better send a pigeon or something. How dumb you got to be to do that right in open court is beyond me. But here we are. How dumb was it to buy your already mentally sick son a gun? Are you kidding me? You know, they're just these parents, they're disgusting to me. Completely disgusting. Not only did they not get him help, they said, hold my beer, let's go buy you a gun. You know, like, get the fuck out of here. You refuse to take your kids out of school. And I have literally, like I said earlier, I've thought, well, you know, you're just a normal person. You know, what if your life is scrutinized? This, that, and that. But look, I ain't making huge ass mistakes like these idiots either. This was so egregious, so neglectful, so preventable. You know, the school's getting their ass sued too. There's, I think, a 10 million or 2 million? There is a giant ass lawsuit against the school, as there should be, because they also failed. Shackled at the hands and feet, both parents appeared in the 52 3rd District Court in Rochester on Tuesday as Judge Julie Nicholson postponed the preliminary examination to February 8th to give both sides for the massive volume of discovery or evidence. The couple said very little beyond confirming that they agreed to have their preliminary exam postponed and that they wanted to share the same lawyers. Yeah, so they definitely shouldn't be talking if they have the damn same lawyers, for crying out loud. They did not sit side by side, but rather were separated by their attorneys and occasionally glanced at one another. The Crumleys and their son are all housed in the Oakland County Jail, though none have any communication with the other. A bond hearing for the parents was set for January 7th. James and Jennifer Crumbley's brief court appearance came one day after a judge refused to move their son from an adult jail into a juvenile facility, despite pleas from his defense team, and the teen's emotional and mental well-being may be harmed in the adult facility. This is someone who has never been in trouble. This is not someone who has a history of assaulting kids or any negative contact with his peers. This is one isolated incident, is all that we are looking at here today. Ethan Crumbley's lawyer, Paulette Lofton, argued during his hearing on Monday. Like, to me, those words, the context, the situation, the severity of it doesn't really, doesn't really jive. First offense or not. Why you jumped off the cliff with your very first offense. I'm sorry if it was the worst of the worst. I do believe he will get the help he needs. Well, at least to get some help. Who knows at this point. Her comments drew a sharp rebuke from Oakland County Assistant Prosecutor Mark Cast. Calling this an isolated incident, frankly, does not do it justice. This is a mass murder at a school, Judge. It was planned. It was premeditated. The judge said, considering the circumstances of the case, it was appropriate to keep Ethan at the county jail. The defense, though, also argued that Ethan could hear voices of the adult inmates, which is a violation of federal statute, and that minors housed in adult prisons or jails should not be able to hear or see any of the adult inmates, which I agree with that. They shouldn't. If they're going to house them there, and do it right. The prosecution assured the judge that the jail officials would be contacted to make sure the teenager was not within sight or sound of adult inmates. So, and this is just going over, the initial story. Let me get back here to y'all. So, yeah, that is what has been going on. Yeah, that's a good one, Tracy. I like that one. Each body is an offense 4 times. Yes, really? Was it a pistol? Yes, it was a 9mm. Let's see. Let me see. Must have been one hell of a Black Friday sale. Girl. Man. Yeah, public school is not a daycare. Right. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Get your kid, man. What are you talking about? Oh, you're at school? You went and bought him a pistol? He can't stay home by himself? Are you crazy? These parents, man, and then had the nerve, had the audacity to go on the run. Oh, you thought you was coming out unscathed? Bitch, please. Sending a message to your son. You just need to learn how to not get caught. Well, man, these parents, man, they blow my mind with this enabling. Just like Aiden Fucci's mother. Fucking washing blood out of his blue jeans, telling him to lie. He was in khakis. He wasn't in this. He wasn't in that. Ma'am, while you're trying to cover for your son, the other parents across town or a couple blocks from you, they're planning a funeral with their daughter that was 1 year younger than your son. Girl, please. These parents, I never seen nothing like it. And listen, I'm a mediocre parent at best every day. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. I've got a lot I could work on. But I am not neglecting mental health situations. I'm not scrubbing blood out. I promise you. Come tell me you've committed a crime. I'll take you for ice cream. I'll take you for ice cream in the mall. We're going to go to the ice cream. We're going to go to the mall. You're going to be like, Mom, well, this looks like the police station. That's because it is. I'm going to lay on the horn and I'm going to be like, come get his ass because I ain't going down for him. We're going to do everything he needs. I'm going to be there. I ain't going down for your shit. Wrong is wrong. And you got to answer, especially when I haven't contributed to any of it. You know what I mean? These parents, they're a joke. It's a joke. All right. So I guess we're going to move on from Ethan before my brain explodes. On to another situation, which makes me equally is mad. This one's rough. And I can mail, and I meant to link his in the description, in the thing. He's been covering this. He's been doing real well. I think he's got a live stream, and he's put out maybe 1 or 2 isolated videos, but he has been following the Oakley case, and he's been doing good. Hey, Sepito, was it you that sent me the information about Oakley's aunt? And who did you say interviewed her? Let's see. Okay. I don't know which one this one is. I was going to try to go in order. All right. Hold on. I don't think I want to do this one yet. Shed light on events before Oakley's disappearance. Okay. Hold on, y'all. Well, I don't know if it's going to be ad or not.
Finally getting an inside look at the ongoing investigation into a missing 5-year-old out of Oakville. Thank you for joining us for the news at 9. I'm Matthew Smith.
I'm Aliana Gomez. Detectives say the last time they can verify Oakley Carlson was seen alive is nearly a year ago in January. Fox 13 News reporter Jennifer Lee has been combing through some court documents tonight, and she joins us live in the newsroom with some of the disturbing details in this case, Jen.
Aliana and Matthew, we're learning this whole investigation.
Well, the video's gone now. I couldn't
Oakley's
find it.
six-year-old
I
sister
think he
told her
deleted it
friend's
or
mom
privated it.
that, quote, Oakley is no more. Court documents say Jordan Bowers was enraged, yelling, and clenching her fists when cops pressed her for answers about the well-being of her daughter, Oakley Carlson. That was on Sunday. Now, days later, Bowers and dad Andrew Carlson are behind bars, originally taken in for investigation of manslaughter for the little girl, and now facing an abandonment charge for failing to give prescribed medication to Oakley's sister, who is 6 years old and blind.
Everybody's in grief. Everybody's struggling a little bit with just trying to hold out hope for a good outcome.
The superintendent of Oakville School District says Oakley's sister is friends with their principal's daughter. The principal says the sister became upset when Oakley was mentioned and said, "There is no more Oakley."
When she was starting to hear some of those buzzy type words or those things that make you, as an educator, pause, she did exactly what she was supposed to, and she followed the protocol. And first thing Monday morning, they got a hold of the proper authorities, and then the ball started rolling. And
Hey, Jessica.
That's how this kind of all came about.
Court documents also reveal that Bowers and Carlson initially lied to police, saying she was with Carlson's parents. Oakley's grandmother told investigators the last time she saw Oakley was in December of 2020 and said, quote, Oakley didn't look well. Oakley had dark circles under her eyes, pale skin, and she had scratches or sores on her face. Oakley's grandparents contacted Child Protective Services, creating a rift with Bowers and Carlson.
The likelihood of Oakley Carlson being alive is not very good at this point.
Under Sheriff Brad Johansson says Bowers and Carlson claim they last saw Oakley alive on November 30th. Investigators also questioned Oakley's 9-year-old brother, who said, quote, Jordan would put Oakley in the closet, possibly under a stairwell, and has witnessed Jordan beat Oakley with a belt and has been worried about her starving. And Oakley's 6-year-old sister said during a forensic interview with a child advocate, quote, her mother, Jordan, had told her not to talk about Oakley. She had gone out into the woods and had been eaten by wolves.
After interviewing the parents and the children involved, one of the child involved is a 6-year-old female, and she advised that her sister was no longer around.
Detectives are also trying to piece together a fire that happened at the family's home in November. The principal who reported her concern says she stopped by to see the family several times after the fire, and not once did she ever see Oakley. Back to you guys.
This is awful. Listen, this is another thing that I have been seeing. And I assume, like everything else, this has always been, but hold on. God, copyright strike for 1 second. There's been a huge uptick in kids just being gone. They're still right now looking for Kalishi's remains. The 2 pieces of shit, which are not even her parents, for fuck's sake. They're caretakers. Like, I just leave my kid here. No big deal. I think those type of parents, too, just leaving the kids any damn where. Man, I've seen firsthand how, these situations happen. Like, seriously. I have another one. And yeah, the sister said that she went into the woods and was eaten by wolves. I got some more. Let's look it over. Let's look. I got one about this fire too. Man, this shit is just insane. Insane. Let's see. One of these I have muted. Let me see. Now, this was before. They have, hold on. Wait a minute. This is not the one. Because I think it was just yesterday, they called off the search for Oakley. So, and they're in a recovery mission. Here, I have other ones pulled up. Let me just pop them up here. Let me see. Community. Yes, and there is a change.org. Let's see. Let's look at this one first. All right. Here, let me pull it up for y'all. Yeah, what's going on with Orrin and Orson? I seen somebody, what is it, 10 to Live? Is there an update with the West babies? But yeah, Evelyn Boswell.
And while we await a response, we're still waiting to learn the answers to some of our most pressing questions. Were there shortfalls or missteps from the state agency meant to protect Oakley while in foster care?
Fox 13 News reporter Jennifer Lee is live in the newsroom to explain what we know so far. Jen?
David and Jamie.
No, Juju, I'll look at it.
Children, Youth,
Thank
and
you.
Families has not provided answers to some of our basic questions about Carlson's care and placement these last few years. Tonight, we hear from an independent office that investigates complaints of abuse
No, Cree. She's
and
still
neglect
missing,
within the
and
state child
they
welfare
called
system.
off the actual search for her. They believe
Starting
she's
at
deceased.
7 months old, we're learning Oakley Carlson was in the care of her foster family until right before she turned 3 in late 2019 when she was returned to her parents. The director of the Washington State Office of the Family and Children's Ombuds says that's usually the goal.
The primary goal is reunification and making sure that the parents have the opportunity to engage in remedial services that would address whatever parental deficiency led the child to enter state care.
But now Carlson's parents are in police custody for investigation of manslaughter while the search continues for the missing 5-year-old. Patrick Dowd's office investigates complaints of abuse and neglect regarding children and families involved in the state child welfare system. He can't specifically comment on this case, but says it can be a tricky balance within the state system to protect these children.
The harm from leaving the child in a
tricky.
Possibly a kind of neglectful or abusive situation in the home, in the family's home, versus the trauma of.
Well, yeah, and like I was saying earlier, if they were compliant, but I'd like to see what their compliant is. These people don't ever seem like they were ever stable, but for whatever reason, she was taken from her home that she'd been in. What was it, 3 months? At 3 months old, she was placed with a foster family who loved her, who really loved her. This kid was loved. She had a stable life. She was removed and put back with the parents, man. Why? Because they met the qualifications. They met the standards. But there really does need to be something to where if you have certain things, or if it's been so long, and like, why didn't they come back in the home? You know, if it was a severe situation, they should have been there every month for so ever long. You know what I mean? Like, it's insane to me. Like, but if they're compliant, the way the system is set up now, then they go back. If I'm telling you now, if the Wells family complies with the rules, now I agree, a lot of the compliance issues, criteria needs to change 100%, and there needs to be follow-throughs. We've seen so many cracks in the system. Like, I always refer back to Adrian Jones. They made his dad and stepmother, what they do, just, will you sign this paper saying you won't abuse your child? The shit they do, the tactics they use, the criteria, the no follow-ups, it's bullshit. And there's no balance. There is no cut and dry balance for CPS cases, DCFS, any of it. There's no balance. It's got to stop, man.
removing the child and the separation from the parent and possibly siblings.
Dowd says usually Child Protective Services conducts an investigation before a child is removed from a parent's care.
And if it reaches a point where
Sapita said they were taken because of drug use, they got clean and got them back.
that the child
There
is
you
at
go.
imminent risk of harm,
They could have been
and
monthly
has
drug
been abused
drug
and
tests,
neglected,
something, you know.
then the worker would have to go to court and present that information to a judge.
He says it's not uncommon for a child to be in foster care for a period of 1 or 2 years, like young Oakley was. But there are federal and state laws that require the court to look at the length of time a child is in out-of-home care.
And at a certain point, the court has to either order the department to seek a alternative permanent plan, which could include termination of parental rights and adoption, or make a finding that there's a good cause to continue reunification efforts and not to pursue an alternative plan.
So Nellie Buck says, I'm sick of it. What can we do to make a difference? Jessica says, CPS needs to be revisited. Too many of these cases happen because CPS doesn't do their jobs properly. I don't think CPS workers are properly trained, and honestly, they're overworked. They're completely overworked, and there is no middle ground. I think there are some certain things. Y'all know my radical idea about new mothers, young mothers, little babies, because there's also been an uptick in kids dying within the first year of their life. That's been a thing too recently. You know, do the psych test at the hospital. I know it's not for everybody. Listen, would I pass a psych test with mine? I would like to think so. But then you got the thing with postpartum and hormones and all this and all that. But, you know, maybe have somebody, what country is it to where they have somebody come in the house the first year and check on the mom and the baby to make sure everything's okay? Is that the UK where they do that? I think that's a lovely service that they have. I think there's a lot of different imbalances. Like they don't check on the kid. They don't take the kid out of their home when they need to be taken out. Well, there's also to where kids get snatched out of the home for little to no reason too. There's one particular case. God, what is the baby's name? Is it Trinity? No. What is the baby's name? Chandler Trinity. Trinity Chandler. Does that name sound right? But this baby, I think it's the same one. I might be thinking of a different case, but this parent, a neighbor, smelled marijuana, an apartment over. They call the police. So now CPS is involved over pot smell. They take the baby, put the baby in foster care. She was 2 years old. She, sorry, I got some in my throat. They take the baby, put the baby in foster care. The baby's first abused in foster care. And then what happens? The foster mother kills her. The only reason the baby was taken was because of pot, weed. The kid was asleep, not in the same room. I'm not saying this is great, but I'm saying the baby died because of pot. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, there's so many imbalances. You know, nothing makes sense. You know, it's crazy. Let me say this too. Within 6 months, this baby was abused and murdered. In 6 months' time, they didn't even have time to get their drug test clean and all the other things that happened. They had 6 months. They had to do these things. They were working on it, and the baby was dead. Like, there's no middle ground. It's a fucking free for all. I don't know what the solution is. I mean, we need change with the Amber Alert criteria. I mean, there's just so much wrong in our youth. Suffer. You got family there, but you never knew him. It took, y'all talk about Kurt Cobain. Let's see, in Arizona, CPS is highly defunded. The governor initially investigated and created other standalone programs. The PD handle it and calls now. Psh. Yeah. Let's for me up here, I'm like, yeah, I think our CPS is on the up and up. But I go ask another family and they're like, oh no, they're fucking awful. So, I mean, I don't know. But I think we need to have more promotion of families, good, solid family core values. Again, we don't have that. They incentivize single family homes. I mean, there's all kind of shit. It is infuriating. What can you do? I mean, we get on here and talk and everything. Like, what is the solution, you know? I mean, you promote family, you promote, you know, some type of spirituality. At this point, I don't even care as long as it ain't Satanism, because that seems to be the trendy religion currently. Yeah, man, it's bananas. It is some really crazy shit going on. I need to make a note. I need to remember. Y'all, please go check out Ike at Mel's channel. He's been covering Oakley. But so there was 4 kids involved. The one is yeah, no, not today, Satin. Not today, Satin. But it's just crazy. I would show it, but he probably wouldn't care. But I'd much rather y'all go over there and watch his stuff because it's the first institution, his family. Yes, Vivian. Yes. Like that's how that listen, there's so much generational bondage. The whole system. Listen, every single government system we have, from the CPS to the CIA, it all needs overhaul. It all needs reform. You know? I mean, what are we standing around? You know, we're bitching about what is going. I don't even know what's going on in the world right now. Our president has got dementia. Like, you know, I don't even know, man. It's so much shit going on. It's so much fake outrage. You know, nobody's outraged with the kids, you know. Okay, but I'm screaming at a laptop. I'm a dumb hit behind a computer. Am I making a difference? Who the fuck knows? I'm trying. I feel passionate. Oh man, like we need a movement, you know? We need a movement. You wasn't a big fan, but you live so yeah. Oh God, I loved all the anything 90s. I'm there. Anything. Anything. What did you say? What did Joanne say? Not today, Satin. Not today. Not today. So I've got a little time. What do you want to talk about? Hey Kathy. They will say no money for it. Oh, I know, honey. Oh, I know. It's no money to do nothing important, Kathy. Overhaul the records and the kids' rights? Nah. It's frowned upon. Oh, AF Watchman posted a very nice little short video about what they're putting in our newly rolled out jabs. I don't want to say it too loud because they'll shut me down. You can't talk about any of that. But just go check out AV Watchman's video he put out. I sent it to a few of y'all in Messenger. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. So what do you want to talk about? You want me to drop a link? I haven't dropped a link. I never drop a link. I'm going to drop a link. We're just going to sit here and bullshit for a minute because I don't have much going on. Got a little time. I have a few more articles about Oakley, but I mean, they just pretty much say the same thing. There was a fire. Nobody's seen the baby in a very long time. I mean, why are people not seeing these kids anymore? You know what I mean? Where the hell are they going? Like, where are these kids going? How about oh God, please don't put any names in the comments. But yeah, we could totally talk about it. Yeah, they're all batshit crazy over there. Beaver Carmi Holler was found in a vacant home strangled. I was looking at that you sent me. Somebody else sent me that too. Yes, I was looking at that. I still need to get back in touch with Brittany Wood's mother. She contacted me before the holidays and wanted to talk about her missing daughter. No, Tracy, you're okay. I'm not like, you're not in trouble. It ain't nothing like that. I just, people find a reason to whatever. I'm really getting where I just don't even give a shit anymore. There's a lot wrong going on with this baby's case. I never seen nothing like it in my life. So we was sitting in the living room watching TV, me and hubby. Well, that monster next door, about the Chris Watts on Netflix. He was looking at it and he went back to it. He was asking. I was like, just watch it. It's only like an hour and 23 minutes. So we watched it, I've already seen it like twice, right? Because I'm all about the demonic crazy shit, right? Not demonic, but yeah, it is demonic. I don't know. He's like, I don't see how you watch this stuff all the time. I'm like, God, I don't know. I'm sick. But the ending of it, when they were talking about all the social media and everything, God, man, it's rough. It's really rough out there. It is batshit crazy. It's all batshit crazy. Listen to me. What if there is some kind of what if there's like something going on? Like, what if there was an incentive to have all the craziness? Let me tell you something. I look at these cases. I've literally been looking at cases like this way before the YouTube channel. I mean, like my entire life. The first case I ever really got in, like infatuated with was the West Memphis 3. And anybody knows anything about the West Memphis 3 knows that that is a case. It's a for real case. I have never in my entire life with breath, my whole 42 years, I've never seen the shit that's going on with the Summer Wells case. I've never in my life. I've never. People say, oh, well, it was like that with Kanika Jenkins, or it was like that with, you know, the Watts. This, no, let me tell you something. No. Yeah, the incentive is control. Yeah, very good point, Sepida. What is going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? I need answers. I need answers right now. Why is all this happening? Is there like something in the background, you know, going on that we don't know about? Where are all these fucking people coming from? You know, why, to me, some of the biggest information about the Summer Wells case, the biggest is the feet print. 2 different feet print, dog scent, from the blowhorn people to the damn, you know, the law enforcement now. You know, why is nobody talking about the feet print? Why? Why is this not important any fucking more? Can somebody tell me that? Can somebody tell me that? Why is it not important anymore? And all their good sharing shit, and what did they, I think they found a plastic knife outside the courthouse or something. I mean, and I know that's big news. And it was totally not set up at all. No, not at all. Random plastic knives are just laying all around. All your courthouses and jailhouses everywhere. So I don't question if it's real or not. But, you know, just what the fuck is going on, right? What's going on? Let me tell you something else too. If there was these reports, listen, if I pick up my phone and I'll call my local police and I'm like, yeah, so there's this family, right? Oh, I'm gonna show my family. Oh no, I gotta protect everybody, right? Yeah. So I pick up, I was like, hey, so my kid is at this house. Yeah, I didn't vet the parents. I just dropped my kid off. Yeah, I don't know them, right? But yeah, they're letting my kid drink up there. My kid come home intoxicated. The mother will not give me the address. So we have this on record. What the fuck were they arrested? Why wasn't a police officer go to the house and say, why you got the kid drinking in here? 2 different reports, siblings and a separate child, 2 isolated reports of giving alcohol and drugs to children, but yet there's no arrest. There's not a police visit. There's just a written report. So you call the police to just let them know the lowdown that somebody was getting your kid drunk, but you don't want to do nothing twice. 2 different parents. Seem a little fucking weird to me, right? So, why? Why is all this happening? Why is it, can we not even get a simple fucking billboard up? I'm probably going to privatize this video because, you know, like, God forbid you have an opinion on the internet. You know, God forbid that. Please. Jessica, let me tell you something. This Summer Wells case, offline, it's made me nuts. Let me tell you something else too. The same agencies that's handling the Summer Wells case is handling the Evelyn Boswell case, right? Evelyn Boswell was found 3 months later, her remains 100 feet from a place that had been searched several times. Now, the body could have been moved. I get that. But it is possible that the baby is still somewhere on the hill, on the mountain. Well, they call it mountain. You know, because us Southern folk, we're just so, whatever. They talk about Southerners like we are just ridiculous. Let me tell you something. The Wells don't speak for all the people in the fucking South. Okay. So just get that shit right out of your head. Okay. Because they don't. For one and for two. There's toys on the hill because the kids were playing there. Okay. That's what you do, especially when you come up when you don't have money. My favorite thing in the world to do was get on my bicycle, go across the street and ride, scratched up and everything down this steep ass hill, man. I look like I'd had my ass beat. Okay. I didn't care. I was having big fun on the mountain, right? I just, me and my little friends, we going so fast, right? It's not a mountain. Okay. It's called terrain. It's called the outdoors. It's called, I don't fucking know. You're not supposed to wear stilettos and eat tamales, okay? Like, what the fuck is wrong with these people? Let me tell you what's going on. And I did try to be a little fair. I was like, yeah, I got my personal reasons for not liking the one person. Anybody that follows the channel knows that one person and knows my reasoning. And it has everything to do with the little baby who loved the color orange. God rest his soul. He was found in a cornfield. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So I was like, let me be fair. So I go and check out the other ones, the other people. And, the bullhorn, all that's going on is inciting a mob and fear mongering. It's inciting a mob and fear mongering. Let me say it for the people with the hearing aids in the back. It's inciting a mob and fear mongering. It's the same thing our media does. It's the same thing our government does. It's the same thing our news reporters do. These white trash idiots are no different. They are inciting a mob and fear mongering. Period. Period. And if you get enough people all riled up, well, we're just gonna bust some pipes. And what they really need is to probably have some pipe laid, if you get honest. But I digress. It's not my business, right? So, yeah, Kara, I don't either. But when I tell you that this Summer Wells case has drove me, because now I'm like, oh, I got to know everything. As Chase would say, I got to know all the things. Well, now I'm doing this. I'm shaking the things out of my brain. I don't want to know anymore. I don't want to know. I want to know where Summer is, and that's it. That's just like the simple TBI update on the 6-month anniversary of her going missing. Let's just watch it. Let's just watch it. Let's just do that. Let's just do that. For shits and giggles. It's like 1 minute and 30 seconds long. TBI, new update, new statement, should I say? Statement. Summer. Here it is. No. It just came out yesterday. Where the hell is it at? It costs 24 hours. What is this shit? I can't even find the actual YouTuber accused of trespassing speaks among. Wait, what? I wish I would have never even. See, this is why. Not today, Satin. I didn't even plan on talking about Summer today. And now I'm looking at the little thing that was put out. And looky what the fuck pops up. This will be my first time seeing it too. I guess we'll just be disgusted together. Let's just see. Oh. I just hope she doesn't stand up. And I also had $1 million idea. I can't share it here, but those of y'all in the chat that I shared it with, boy, I really just may do it. I think I may tell y'all, but I can't. Guys, I'm so fucking sick of this shit. I can't even. Well, this is new. This came out 16 hours ago. Heels on the Hills on the mountain.
For some yum 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 yum.
A holiday
I don't even
family
care
feast
anymore,
for your
guys. I'm so
tum-tums.
fucking sick of this shit. I'm so sick of this shit. I don't even fucking care anymore. I literally don't even care if I'm an asshole. I'm so sick of this nonsense.
Of YouTubers showed up on the property.
Well, now that group tells us they were there with cameras recording and what they call an effort to put pressure on Summer's parents and on police.
Sam Luther talking with them tonight about whether they're working against or for
Not a tick
this
turtle.
investigation.
Don't do it, Vivian. Don't do it.
Possibly they.
That's Marissa Zadinsky, better known on the internet as Molly Golightly. The YouTuber says she runs a nonprofit called Heels on the Ground.
Croquet, it's driving me crazy.
He
He was on the ground.
Based
Somebody
in
would heal your
Pennsylvania,
head.
but in Hawkins County last week for 3 days, trying to get answers about what happened to Summer Wells. Here they are in the Beach Creek
What is wrong with these
community
news
cameras
stations
rolling,
giving these
walking near the
motherfuckers
Wells property.
airtime?
Okay, we're here.
Hey, I'm here.
But
I'm
once
here.
these videos hit
My
the
knuckle
internet,
went off.
Candace Bly filed a trespassing complaint with the Hawkins County Sheriff's Office.
So I don't believe that Candace Bly has the nerve to walk into Hawkins County Police.
I don't believe you have the nerve to walk in front of a fucking mirror. It's what I don't have the nerve to believe.
Zadinsky says Heels on the Ground travels the country trying to put pressure on families that they feel have information in missing person cases. Most recently, this group was outside of the home of Brian Laundrie.
Why didn't they show
placing
the
this
clip about her
dirty
saying
laundry
she's a cash
basket at
cow?
the family's front door,
Who vets these
asking them
fucking
to
people?
speak.
I laid it out for them. I said, your life will never be the same again if you don't start talking. And the next day she came out and spoke to my friends.
But
Oh,
such
yeah,
luck
you
yet
sure
in
did
Hawkins
do it.
County.
You and your
Zadinsky
giant
says this is her
vagina, you just
full-time
saved the
job,
day.
making money off YouTube and other sites. She says they don't interfere with law enforcement. However, they work alongside them. We've reached out to authorities involved in the Summer Wells case to ask if these efforts help or hurt their investigation. We're still waiting to hear back.
I'm willing to take an arrest charge. I'm not a criminal, but I'm willing to take an arrest charge.
Y'all know what I'm about willing to do? I'm about to tell you my $1 million idea. I'm willing. I'm about willing to, when they come up back up here, I'm gonna drive up there and I'm gonna stage some kind of something. I don't want to say it out here, but then I could put it behind a paywall. Everybody could see her get her ass kicked, and I could be the hero of YouTube, right? Guys, listen to me. Y'all all know that I have personal issues for the way that she did with Xavier, and I cannot. I'm more pissed off at the freaking people that give her, that feed her life, like the people that throw money at her, the damn news stations that don't vet her. Like, she's the fakest motherfucker out here. I mean, she called a hill a mountain, and we're the dumb ones? Really? Really? You walking around looking like that, and I'm the bad person? What? What?
To find Summer Wells.
In Knoxville, Sam Luther, WVLT News.
Well, Dazinski says in January, the group is actually planning to protest outside of TBI headquarters, essentially asking them to hold the Wells family accountable and bring them into police custody.
Because, yes, the TBI has nothing better to do than cater to a bunch of fucking idiots, right? We'll pay to watch the fight, yes. Yes, I didn't want to say it out loud because I don't, want to be, not like, actually, I'm not threatening. It's nothing like that, guys. Don't get crazy, but you just threw up in your mouth. I did too, Sugarman, know you. I've been throwing up in my mouth ever since Xavier went missing. And this entity that is known as whatever the fuck that is, yeah. Like, I wish, like hell, I never knew who any of these people was. It's been a big pain in my ass ever since, But here's, all jokes aside, this bitch doesn't get the message from a grieving mother that how YouTubers have ruined, a lot of things. And the misinformation spread by this one alone on just Xavier's case, there's nothing you can do. There is no going back from it. And it's hurt and harm and hurt and harm and hurt and take and take and take and take and take. So they're going to rush up to the TBI headquarters. Oh, they're going to stage a January 6th thing. Because she's hanging out with a bunch of psycho racists right now. Yeah. And I'm not saying that I don't support people like with whatever, but I don't support that shit. You run around with like open racists, open hookers, like all this shit. This is who speaks for this baby? Are you fucking shitting me right now? This is who's speaking for our fucking victims? Please, if my time on YouTube, if I don't accomplish anything else, if I can help one potential future family from going through something and catching one of her fake ass fucking live streams, the ones that she doesn't delete, if I can save one family from going through fucking heartache by saying my case is not getting exposure, she seems like she cares. She'll help me. Let me reach out to the FUPA lady. Let me reach out to her. Because they don't know about all the bad things. They don't know about all the other things. They're not looking for it. They say, oh, she talks about kids. She's a victim advocate. Maybe she could help spread awareness for my kids. She's got a big platform. My kid's case is not getting any attention. It's not. And we need help. Like, I need help. I'm going to reach out to her. And then they reach out to her. And then they don't comply or act the way that she wants them to act. And then they fucking turn on this family. And then they turn on the family. And then not only do they turn on the family, they lie. They make up shit. They are you fucking shitting me? Y'all are falling apart over a plastic knife outside of a damn courthouse. This is breaking fucking news. You got scam artist of the century calling out people on Twitter, calling people's family members. And let me say this too. Anybody that goes after any kid for any fucking reason at all is bullshit. Even if people try to go after her kid, it's bullshit. Like, I'm so sick of what the fuck is going on these YouTube streets. Like, it's disgusting. And not only are they supported, they are fucking applauded. And they are inciting. You watch how crazy shit's going to get between now and January before these motherfuckers go up here to the damn TBI. I guess, Vivian, I don't know. Maybe you should block my picture out or something. I'm sick of this. It's not right. It's just really not right. Yeah, share it. Just leave my name out of it. Let people figure it out. I really don't like this, but I'm just like my character in real life, which YouTube is not my real life, but I'm going to be honest. If I don't like something, I fucking say about it. This is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong. She gets up here looking like fucking Mary Poppins with her damn dress shirt and stuff. Girl, that ain't who you are. Bitch, please. And y'all, listen, I think the Wells are what they are. You know what I'm saying? Are they kid murderers? Are they kid kidnappers? I have no fucking clue. I don't agree with not much else that comes out about them. But I ain't going to bash them. But I tell you right now, if you think you and your giant fucking vagina and your damn, your overpriced purse and your all the other shit, your fancy ass husband, all the other shit you brag about to us little wee people, because we are nobodies over here. We don't know nothing. I'm just a dumb hick behind a computer, and I'm happy with that, right? But if you think you and your hooker ass, your giant vagina, your tamale eating looking ass, talking about the way you think you're better, you think you're better, you think you're going to get to heaven faster than anybody else, I have news for you, Miss Self-Righteous. Sin is sin, and you will go down just like you think that they should go down. Oh, you think that horse you're sitting on, you can't fall? Oh, you can fall. You could damn sure fall. We all can. Okay? Like, just be fucking better, man. I'm done. Get this fucking whore off my screen. God. Well, there's it. That's what's been wrong with me for a week. No, she lost her job as a life coach. Well, she's probably because she never fucking had one. You can't lose something you never had. You kidding me? What life? I wouldn't put her in the Bugs Life movie. What life is she coaching, for fuck's sake? You know, but even with all that being said, I stood up for her today in another fucking chat for her kid. Because you don't go after people's kids. And anybody who may see or hear or all these other people calling these people out for what they are, if you think at any point it's okay to go after her kids or anybody else's fucking kids just because it's fair game. All's fair in love and war. Well, she's exploiting kids. She's going after kids. Well, why don't you just go over there and just fucking switch it up a bit because you're the same. You're the fucking same. And what is the fucking point? If you sit here and tell me that her kid's fair game because she goes after kids, you're fucking sick and twisted. Mic drop. There is nothing else. If you go after kids for any fucking reason, you're a piece of shit. I don't give a fuck. You're a piece of shit. Period. Her kids is off limits. Everybody's fucking kids should be off limits. Let me tell you who else should be off limits. People's parents. The fuck you look like contacting somebody's parent. You know your son, the content creator? Well, let me tell you what he did. Well, you people have lost your motherfucking mind. Y'all have lost your mind. I'm telling you, like, literally, what's another platform? This motherfucker is nuts. It's nuts. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. This is bananas. B-A-N-A-N. It's crazy, guys. It's crazy. I'm going crazy. That's it. That's my spiel, guys. I cannot believe, what was I even looking for? I'm so mad I even came across that fucking article. I didn't even know it was out there, man. What was the initial TBI, that thing that came out yesterday? And what I was going to say, and then I got to wrap it up, but I swear it's going to be real hard for me not to privatize this because I just don't do this over here. I'm only human. Guys. And then this is what's sickening. You don't think that I don't see what all these other people are doing? I could go live and do the same shit. I live in Tennessee. Even on the other side of the spectrum, I could reach out and everything. You know, if I reached out and I was sincere, I would tell Dawn and Candace, please, regardless of what you've done, regardless of Summer, regardless of anything, go get yourself some help. Please go get some treatment for your drug and alcohol addiction and your mental trauma. That's what I would fucking tell them. Because that's all that needs to happen. Okay? That's it. All right? That's it. But what Ainsley was saying, not Ainsley, but Earhart, Leslie Earhart, TBI. All she was saying, right, is that they don't have evidence to suggest an abduction, which feet print, but whatever. Who the fuck am I? Dumb hate behind a computer, right? But they're exploring all avenues. So what do the incite mob people do? They come out and said it. Breaking news. There was no abduction. There you have it, folks. That's not what the fuck she said. Because in order for her to fucking say there was no abduction, they would have to know what the fuck happened. Da, 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 da. Hello. Am I ringing any fucking bells? Guys, these people are crazy. Keep believing that crazy shit. Keep believing it. Because I promise you, you ain't gonna follow her stiletto walking ass eating her tamale up to heaven's gate, because that ain't the way you act. This ain't the way you act either. So don't listen to me. But I'm telling you, like, if I could save one family from looking at her and thinking that she's gonna do her family, their kid, their niece, their nephew justice by talking and shedding light on their case, they have fucking lost it. And I'm not saying she ain't done any good. I don't know. I don't watch the motherfucker. I have no clue. She very well might. I hadn't seen it. And what I have seen is disgusting. And I have hundreds of messages in my phone from 2 families that they have fucking destroyed. So for that, she could forever kiss my ass. And that's it, man. God, man. They don't. Yeah, I know, Sepito. They don't seem to want help. Yeah. The news needs to be repeated phone calls and trying to fight someone night for. Oh my God. I know, man. It's all insane. It's all crazy shit. Fucking crazy. Toot, all aboard. I mean, God, man. This baby is missing. All I want to know is what happened to this sweet baby. What happened to this sweet baby? Like, where is she? Dude, I have no clue, man. I have no clue what happened to this baby. I just want to know. This is just, it's crazy. Is that a hand? The news addressed by YouTube is, well, we spoke to a YouTuber and she has. Did you speak to Google? Because a quick little Google search would have told you everything you need to know about the credibility that you're about to take on once you give this light. Are you fucking kidding me, man? This is what, oh yeah, I got nothing better to do. Oh, okay. It's news. It's news. Kids dying, going missing every day. And you fill up 2 minutes and 50 seconds with fucking FUPA. Okay. That's cute. That's cute. You're helpful. You're super fucking helpful. All right, guys. I love you big. I will see y'all soon. I'm going to try to do a stream tomorrow. Trying to get out of this funk. Prayers for motivation. Prayers for my potty mouth. And prayers for these babies and these, future victims. Just prayers for every fucking body. Please hug yourselves. Be kind to yourselves. Well, I guess hitting the like button doesn't even matter no more. Because it doesn't even matter. But I love y'all. I will see y'all soon. Take care of yourself.